Did you see what Taylen Green just did at the NFL Combine? The Arkansas quarterback is suddenly one of the most talked about prospects in football after putting up some incredible numbers that shocked scouts and fans alike. His performance didn't just impress, it crushed expectations and set social media on fire. In this video, we're breaking down Taylen Green's legendary NFL Combine performance, the numbers that have everyone talking, and what this could mean for his NFL draft stock. From overlooked recruit to college star to one of the most intriguing quarterback prospects in football. The beginning. Raw talent with big dreams before the hype, before the rankings, before the NFL conversations. There was simply a young athlete with rare physical tools and something to prove. Taylen Green grew up with football in his blood and competitiveness in his DNA. From an early age, his size separated him from everyone else. But what truly stood out wasn't just height, it was coordination. He moved like someone 6 inches shorter. Quick feet, fluid stride, explosive acceleration. In high school, Green wasn't just a quarterback, he was a weapon. He could throw deep with ease. He could escape pressure. He could turn broken plays into highlight reels. But here's what made his journey different. He wasn't universally crowned the next big thing. Some scouts questioned his mechanics. Others questioned consistency. A few wondered if he'd stay at quarterback long term. That doubt, it became fuel. 2. College opportunity. The Boise State era, Green took his talents to Boise State University, a program known for developing tough, resilient players. Boise State Broncos football. At Boise State, expectations are different. Quarterbacks are expected to win, not just develop. When Green stepped onto campus, he wasn't handed the job. He had to earn it. Early in his college career, flashes were undeniable. Deep balls that traveled effortlessly, designed QB runs that looked unstoppable, poise under pressure. But growth wasn't linear. There were games where he looked like a future NFL star, and moments where decision-making still needed refinement. And that's where the legend truly started forming. Because instead of folding under pressure, Green adjusted. 3. The breakout season. Every prospect has a defining stretch. For Taylen Green, it came when the offense began to revolve around his dual threat ability. Suddenly, defensive coordinators had to spy him. Safeties had to respect his deep ball. Linebackers hesitated before blitzing. That hesitation changed everything. Green's stat lines began climbing. Passing yards, rushing yards, total touchdowns. But numbers don't tell the full story. What stood out was leadership. Teammates fed off his energy. Coaches trusted him in big moments. And when games got tight, Green didn't shrink. He attacked. He wasn't just playing quarterback, he was commanding the field. 4. The physical tools that NFL scouts love. Let's break down why NFL evaluators are so intrigued by Taylen Green's physical profile. At 6 feet 6 inches, he possesses the ideal frame teams look for in a modern quarterback. His height allows him to see over defensive lines with ease, survey the field, and deliver passes from a strong platform. But what truly separates him from other tall quarterbacks is his mobility. He doesn't move rigidly or look mechanical. He's smooth and natural in space. Green's stride covers serious ground in the open field. When he takes off, defenders often underestimate how quickly he can accelerate. His long frame combined with deceptive speed makes him a legitimate dual threat weapon. Rolling outside the pocket, he becomes especially dangerous, capable of extending plays, forcing defenders to commit, and turning broken plays into explosive gains. Then there's the arm talent. It's not just strong, it's dynamic. He can fire passes into tight coverage windows, drive throws down the sideline, and launch deep balls that stretch defenses vertically. Just as important, he's comfortable throwing on the move, maintaining velocity and accuracy even when his base isn't perfectly set. But perhaps the most exciting part for scouts isn't what he already is, it's what he could become. His physical tools suggest untapped potential. NFL teams don't simply evaluate current performance, they project growth. And with Green, the projection is compelling. His size, athleticism, and arm strength create a foundation that coaches believe can be developed into something special, possibly even franchise-changing. 5. The areas that needed growth. Of the areas that needed growth, no rising star reaches the next level without facing challenges, and Taylen Green's journey has been no different. While his physical tools drew attention early, there were aspects of his game that required development. One of the primary concerns was inconsistent footwork. At times, his base would narrow under pressure, affecting accuracy and timing. There were also moments when he forced throws into tight coverage, relying too heavily on his arm strength instead of taking the safer option. Against complex defensive schemes, particularly those that disguise coverages, his processing speed was tested. Reading the field quickly and anticipating rotations is critical at higher levels, and this was an area scouts monitored closely. What separated Green from other prospects, however, was his response to those weaknesses. He didn't ignore the criticism, he addressed it. Each season brought visible refinement. His footwork became more disciplined, his timing with receivers improved, his anticipation sharpened, allowing him to release the ball earlier and with greater confidence. Most importantly, turnovers decreased as his decision-making matured. Coaches consistently praised his commitment to film study and preparation. Teammates highlighted his competitive edge in practice, noting how he pushed himself and those around him to improve daily. Development is what transforms raw talent into legitimate NFL potential. Growth turns flashes into consistency. And as Green continued to evolve, NFL front offices began to take serious notice. 6. The transfer and new chapter in today's college football landscape. Player movement is no longer unusual, it's strategic. When Taylen Green entered the transfer portal, it wasn't viewed as a setback. Instead, it was widely interpreted as a deliberate decision to elevate his game and place himself in an environment that would accelerate his development. The move meant stepping into a new offensive system, adapting to different coaching philosophies, and embracing unfamiliar challenges. More importantly, it provided an opportunity to prove he could operate in a scheme closer to what NFL teams run on Sundays. This wasn't just about playing time, it was about preparation for the next level, and he delivered. Within a more sophisticated passing structure, Green showed clear progression. His pocket presence became calmer and more controlled, allowing him to navigate pressure without immediately relying on his athleticism. He demonstrated improved full-field reads, scanning progressions with greater patience and confidence. At the line of scrimmage, he appeared more comfortable making adjustments, identifying defensive looks, and taking command of the offense. This evolution marked a pivotal stage in his career. Scouts had always admired the raw tools, the size, the arm, the mobility, but now they were seeing growth in the subtler, more technical aspects of quarterback play. This was the transformation evaluators had been waiting for. The dynamic athlete was steadily becoming a polished quarterback, capable of operating within structure while still maintaining his natural playmaking instincts. 7. Comparisons to NFL stars. Every elite prospect gets comparisons. Some see shades of Josh Allen, tall, powerful arm, athletic playmaker. Others see flashes of Cam Newton in his running ability and physical presence. But Green isn't a copy of anyone. He's a blend of modern quarterback traits: size, mobility, arm strength, improvisation. In today's NFL, that combination is gold. 8. The NFL draft buzz. As draft conversations intensified, Green's name began rising on boards. Some analysts labeled him a high-upside developmental starter. Others called him a potential franchise quarterback in the right system. What makes him intriguing is scheme flexibility. He could thrive in a spread offense, a play-action heavy system, an RPO-based attack, even a vertical passing scheme. The right coaching staff could unlock something special. 9. The mental game. Physical talent gets attention. Mental strength builds careers. Green's resilience became part of his legend. He handled criticism publicly without deflecting blame. He took responsibility after losses. He embraced pressure instead of avoiding it. Quarterback is the most demanding position in sports. Leadership, accountability, emotional control. Those traits separate starters from stars. By his final college season, Green wasn't just physically impressive. He was composed. 10. The ceiling versus the floor debate. Every draft prospect has a debate. For Green, it centers on this: is he a polished product or an evolving weapon? Some evaluators believe his ceiling is enormous, a multi-time Pro Bowler if development continues. Others argue he needs the right system and patience. But here's the truth: the NFL is shifting. Athletic quarterbacks who can extend plays are no longer luxuries, they're necessities. And in that environment, Taylen Green fits perfectly. 11. The moment that defined him. Legends are often built in a single moment. For Green, it wasn't just one game. It was the accumulation of big-time throws in clutch situations, third and long conversions, red zone escapes, fourth quarter comebacks. Those moments are what scouts remember, not just stats, but composure. 12. What the future holds. So what happens next? Green enters the NFL world with rare size, elite athletic traits, growing quarterback instincts, and something every team values: hunger. Whether he starts immediately or develops behind a veteran, the trajectory is clear. If nurtured properly, he has the tools to become one of the league's most dangerous quarterbacks. The legacy in the making, the legendary career of Taylen Green isn't finished. It's just beginning. From doubted recruit to rising NFL prospect, his journey reflects growth, resilience, and belief. He represents the evolution of the quarterback position: bigger, faster, smarter, more adaptable. After seeing those numbers, it's easy to understand why Taylen Green is trending everywhere right now. His NFL combined performance proved that he has the athleticism, speed, and potential that NFL teams are always searching for in a quarterback. If he carries this momentum into the draft, Taylen Green could quickly become one of the most exciting prospects to watch. One thing is clear: his combine performance might be the moment that changed everything for his NFL future.